This video is sponsored by World Anvil, a great platform for dungeon masters to pour out all their thoughts and concepts. I enjoy using it when creating new locations, map planning, or designing certain monsters, but World Anvil really is an all-in-one platform for campaigns. They offer a campaign planner, an in-depth character creator, and video or article tutorials that cover just about everything you could ever need to know. They have platform support for more RPG platforms than I would be able to play in my lifetime. And they've added Savage Worlds, Numenera, they have Pathfinder 2 coming around the corner, and a personal favorite, Call of Cthulhu. Check them out, use code RUNESMITH for 20% off your subscription, and enjoy an educational video about the human psyche. We've all played a bad game. There's a literal cornucopia of bad dungeon masters on Reddit, and a wellspring of videos making fun of them. The more I make videos like this, the more I realize that being a dungeon master is the same thing as being a video game developer. So, hello out there to anyone making anything. To cut to the point of the video, a lot of failed games fail because they make the player feel like an idiot. They're either grounded in ideas that just don't work, or they teach you something about how to play, and then they contradict that lesson. The point of being a person is to learn and improve and adapt, but when your improvement isn't rewarded, or you realize that you're actually really stupid because what you thought you learned was wrong, you feel bad. And nobody likes feeling bad. That's why idiots cling to things that they learned even though they're wrong. Aren't I so smart for realizing that people don't like to be unhappy? So let's try to make some bullet points, a few tools that we can use to make players feel smart. And in order to get there, the first tool that we need to use is stupidity. Assume that the player can't even count higher than 1. So your first step is to make your problem simple. I'll work with the rule of 3 in basics. We have a door, something that blocks progress. A monster, something that challenges the player's ability, and fire, a concrete element that teaches fundamentals. A door will have a key, a monster can be defeated, and the fire can be put out with water. Here, a player can learn fundamentals without an overwhelming challenge. You as the story master have these 3 tools set in stone now, and you can never change the solution. Changing the outcome to a repeated action is the framework for insanity. So once you've shown the players a key, water, a sword, and diplomacy, their minds will always fall back to them. But what you need to do now is complicate things. Don't subvert the answer, but develop it. The door now needs 2 keys. The monster now guards water and a key, and the fire holds the other key. This way, the complexity of a problem grows, but it always feels like one your players can overcome. Never overwhelm them with info all at once. I felt like a f***ing idiot asshole playing The Witcher because it teaches you battle, potions, and Gwent all within the first few minutes, and they did it using blocks of text half the time. I have a theory that humans can only really learn 3 things at once, and need time to process them. If you guys could test that theory, that'd be great for reforming our current educational system. So now that we understand pacing, information, and complication, we need to bring in progress, proof, and rewards. Progress is the point where what people learn becomes passive knowledge the moment that they fully understand a mechanic. Like when playing Enter the Gungeon, after you play long enough, you start to focus on different things happening because you can passively track the ones you were paying attention to previously. But sometimes people don't notice progress because of how overwhelming the learning process is. And that's why we have rewards. Always reward progress. Without a reward, progress doesn't feel like progress. Feeling smart is essentially the feeling that you get once you've learned something new because you tried something new. And we as story masters have to encourage players to do new things and then reward them based on how hard it was to overcome that thing. Compensation for work, but in a fun and inconsequential setting. I'll briefly extend an outstretched hand to all the aspiring artists that might be watching. A lot of people give up on art because the amount of effort outweighs the reward, and you usually don't get paid. But pace yourself, make your own rewards, and you'll get there without noticing. Now in the same vein, players can feel lost if they don't find solutions. When playing the game, keep track of their moods when solving problems. In social situations or dungeons, if they feel like trying things doesn't work, then they stop trying things. They will retract, sit there at the table, and wait for you to change something so that they can move forward. Use the rule of 3 here again, but reversed. If they fail to progress after 2 attempts, give the 3rd attempt some sort of outcome to encourage them. Let's say in my 3-part dungeon room that they can't beat the monster. It's too tough and their tactics are unrefined. Out of the 3 players, 2 of them are downed. They all feel hopeless. But then the monster stops and starts talking. This change opens up a whole realm of new solutions to the problem that they're facing, and the players get a new rush of that smart feeling. They want to try again. And that's really it. You can apply these rules to any scale or platform. Pathway blocks can be removed. Fundamentals can be understood, and challenges can be overcome simply by trying to overcome them. As a tiny addendum, avoid telling players answers. Getting to point B has nothing to do with point B. It's about getting somewhere. If you cut the road between where a person is and where or who they want to be, it just won't feel right. Teach your players to always move forward and never, ever hold them back. If you like the video, do what you want. Use it in your brain, I guess. I'll try to make more. My other projects are in the description if you want to check them out. Bye.